Well, we just went live. Tried to give people a chance to get here. I just got back in the crib. I don't eat fast food. I eat my food fast. What's up? Well, I'm glad you're here. Let's get into it. JLo versus Money Mayweather. Who you got in the title fight? Pop, 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 pop. Yes, for some reason it was on the Hollywood Unlocked. You guys were sending me this in the emails. So you wanted to know about the Hollywood Unlocked interview where they brought up Jennifer Lopez saying that even though she was there with A-Rod, she was there to see Floyd Mayweather lose. That was her motivation. She was there for that purpose only. And they told that to Floyd, who was sitting right there. And Floyd said he loved JLo and all these different things. And this is what you don't know. A lot of people don't know. Like Jennifer Lopez was such a fan of Floyd's. She would go to the Floyd Mayweather fight. She was so cool with Floyd. This was back in the day. Then she had a falling out with Jamie Foxx. When she was first start coming out with her album. And because she fell out with Jamie and Jamie rolled with Floyd, JLo is like this. She blends into a group in which she needs to be in. Now, she blended into a certain group that was they not aligned with the people you were in line with before, the new group you want to get to, you just cut them off and align yourself to the new group. And the old group just have to understand. So that's just how the system works. So when JLo decided that, okay, this is the system I want to go to and this is what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, she's opportunistic, but she works hard. Nobody can take that away from her. She works hard. And of course, Floyd Mayweather's never done anything to this woman. Let's put that this way. No, Jamie was just joking. They didn't used to speak to her that way. But she came up hard, man. Like, she went through a lot of sexual harassment on the job. But she's really had a disdain for certain people because of these situations she's been in. She only dated Puffy because she saw that as an opportunity to get her music career going. Because her movie career turned out to be crap. Her movie career was going down the drain, into the toilet. And because her movie career was going down, everybody was looking around like, oh man, what's happening? Jesus. No. Everybody came in to try to shut this stream down. Everybody saw the title like, get there, shut it down. Pull the plug now. Psst, he's gonna say something. They came right away, didn't they? My goodness. Then they tried to lie to the people and tell them it's only one people watching. You see everybody in here commenting. They talking about one people watching. I'm like, man, get out of here. Stop with your lies. You can't deny the people what they want to know. Now, when JLo got in the game, she came in using Puff. When she got in the music game, her music career turned out to be trash. So what she did was what a lot of people did. They repositioned herself. No, Irv Gotti was very influential in the latter part, because when she first got started, you have to remember, when she first got started, she had Puffy. So when you had Puffy on your side, and you got all the production team that he had behind him working with her to help her out. So when she had the "If You Had My Love" and all that stuff, and we was the biggest supporters. Like, she had the hood's backing. She was Jenny from the block. And then when she had Puffy on her side, then she was doing all those songs, and I'm Real and all that with Ja Rule. But Puff hooked that up. But she was doing music because her movie career had stalled. He wasn't doing crap no more. All her movies started to lose money. Angel Eyes, all the movies, they turned out to be trash. So she reinvented herself to stay in the game. I need fiber optics. If they put fiber, they run fiber out here, I'll get it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Darius, listen and pay attention. Y'all look at Selena and all that stuff and talking about she was cashing big checks. No. Selena was her big breakout role. She was done in Hollywood. She wasn't making nothing no more. At the money train, Hollywood had cashed her out. That was it. Made in Manhattan was when she repositioned herself again. Once she came back into the music game, and she did that, she got rid of Puffy. And then she went to Ben Affleck, who was the it man in Hollywood at that time. Ben Affleck was the highest grossing artist, actor in Hollywood at that time. So she hooked up with Ben. And then when she hooked up with Ben, Ben got her to the A-list actors who started putting her in A-list roles and getting her on the scene when they were Bennifer. She did Made in Manhattan. She did The Wedding Planner. All these movies were hits. Jennifer Lopez was the biggest actress in Hollywood. She's the first Hispanic person, actress, or actor to ever make $100 million. JLo knows how to get herself positioned with people to make herself great. She'll do the work. She just needs the audience. So she needs to align herself with the right people. She was going to marry Ben Affleck, but it torpedoed his career because the people that worked with Ben didn't want him with that woman. No, JLo turned against the brothers. And I'm going to tell you why. It had nothing to do with the puppy shooting and all that stuff. Once she got aligned to a certain group, she looked down on a certain group. The brothers. When she used the brothers to get on. Because the brothers is like, look, embrace yourself. Embrace what you got. You got a fat old Boss 98 behind you, baby. Embrace it. Next thing you know, she's sticking her butt out all the time like, look at my butt. And everybody was, yeah. Once she started embracing that, she was having success. It was that Boss 98 she had back there. And because she had that Boss 98, it got her put on. And she used hip-hop music to get on. She was all hip-hop, everything with the brothers, all the rappers. Do you see JLo with any rappers anymore? She used them, got to a point. And then she said, I'm not going to use that type of music anymore. And it was like, Jadakiss was on your album. Jenny from the Block. Don't be fooled by these rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the Block. She's like, yeah, that's just for the theme song, but I'm not going to make any more music like that anymore. Music like what? Oh. And as you saw, she didn't make no more music like that, did she? She started making Euro trash. So she forgot what brought her to the dance. But she was very nice to Floyd when they met. Her and Floyd was always nice and cordial. So when she got her tickets to go to the fight or whatever, the fact that they're saying she said she didn't want to sit next to Floyd Mayweather and all that stuff. Or no, she wanted to see Floyd lose to Conor McGregor. There was a lot of celebrities there ready to see Conor lose to Floyd Mayweather. That's not going to bother Floyd one bit. Why would it bother Floyd? I doubt Floyd hit that, because Puff would kill him. Rosie still look good in makeup. I saw Rosie Perez up close. It's like, head for the door! Pew! Let me just tell you, Rosie got old. She's in her 50s, and you can tell. No, Floyd's always been respectful with JLo. And we all have. Because she hasn't forgotten that she's Puerto Rican. After going through what she went through with Ben Affleck, and the way they did her, they treated her like you're Puerto Rican trash. And we don't want you with Ben Affleck. And Ben Affleck loved her, but he had to break up with her because Hollywood didn't want him to be with her. They took him away from his #1 spot. He was the #1 earner in Hollywood. Then they turned the whole world against Ben Affleck. You killed Daredevil. You killed every movie he put out. They were just like, you suck. You suck. Your movies suck. I'm like, my God, it didn't even come out yet. You saying it sucked. So Ben Affleck was fighting to get himself back in Hollywood. Ava Longoria, nah. Like I said, seen up close. On Hollywood Unlocked today, they have Floyd Mayweather there. They brought up the fact that when JLo and A-Rod was at the fight, JLo was there because she wanted Floyd Mayweather to lose. She's not even a fan of Conor McGregor. She just wants Floyd Mayweather to lose. And I'm like, so is 90% of the people there. Charisse Theron was there. And Floyd was like, look, I ain't got no problems with her. So if she want me to lose, that's what's up. I mean, that's her thing, but I ain't got no personal problem. They never had anything personal for it to be a problem. People was like, you think he slept with her? Floyd never slept with Jennifer Lopez. Believe me, we would know. Puff would have killed him by now. No way. Nobody Puff deal with on that level. That's like saying Floyd smashed Cassie and him and Diddy still cool. That's not gonna ride. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Diddy ain't letting none of that ride. I'm gonna tell you right now. That would never ride. Diddy don't want nobody he know messing with people he done been with. Drake and Diddy, that thing, him and JLo and all that, woo. Can't be around Diddy. Diddy gonna want to punch him in the face. Now, he don't own JLo, but you better not talk to JLo and still think it's gonna work out with Diddy. That's a fact. See, y'all don't know. Y'all think Diddy soft. Diddy real soft until he get mad. Then you gonna see the Harlem Diddy. Prince warning Diddy is the only thing keeping Drake from getting hit. You see he beating college coaches up with a kettlebell. Kettlebell. Boom. Boom. Hitting people upside the head with champagne bottles. That's that Harlem, baby. That's Harlem, baby. Straight Harlem. On paper, Floyd Mayweather's a billionaire. But he could have $10 billion. That ain't gonna mean nothing in the world. Because they still gonna look at him as a Negro. And he knows it. Diddy ain't hit Suge. Have you seen Suge? Have you been in the presence of Suge? You think that's a good idea? For Puppy to swing on Suge? Nope. Ever since that incident, Jennifer Lopez, all she was going to do is align herself with some people who are just like her, Puerto Rican. She messed around with Mark Anthony back in the day when he was married. Then, when he got divorced from cheating on his wife and doing all that coke, she went ahead and hooked up with him again. And I'm like, she going back to that cokehead? I'm going to tell you, this is how you know somebody on coke. Your wife catches you in Puerto Rico. He got a bad supermodel wife in Puerto Rico. That's one. Mark Anthony doing all these numbers, selling all these records. He's doing so much coke every night, he out banging these chicks. You get to the point where you banging a chick and spending the night at her house and forgetting you got a wife at home and you're Mark Anthony and people ain't gonna see you. You taking this chick out to breakfast. Y'all eating breakfast outside. And I'm like, you ain't got no more respect no more. So your wife finna leave you and it's embarrassing. So you beg for her forgiveness. She takes you back. Y'all get remarried. Renewing of the vows. They never got a divorce. They renewed the vows. Went and had another wedding to renew the vows. To say, we back. 2 weeks later, he back on coke banging the same chick. 2 weeks later, he back banging the same chick doing coke at her house. After renewing the vow. That's how you know it's coke. Only cokeheads can do something like that. And as soon as he got the divorce, what did he do? He went right back to JLo, and then him and JLo got married. The ink wasn't even dry on his first divorce. Jennifer Lopez was like, I just got embarrassed. I want to get married. After she didn't marry one of her dancers, now she go marry him. Don't you see that chemistry? She always with a dancer. She has a certain type. No, she's very dominant. She likes feminine men. She don't like manly guys. She likes very passive, aggressive men. Betas. Exactly, Mr. Brown. Those are the guys that she dates. So she would never be with a Floyd Mayweather. Never. They're either bisexual, metrosexual, or just flat out the softest dog stuff you ever want to see. And who do you go get? A-Rod. Perfect. Ain't nobody softer than that. Puff is a metrosexual. Pedicure, manicure, hair done. Gotta get lined up. He's a girly. Metro. But when that switch get hit, he turned into Harlem man. What? That Harlem came out when dude threw that money in Diddy face like, When they was at that club and Diddy went off, Diddy got a temper now. Don't get him now. Look, Diddy gonna know, like I said, he get Harlem with it. I ain't say he get Bronx with it. He get Harlem with it. There's a major difference from from Harlem and the Bronx with it. Now, if he got Bronx with it, he'd have never been extorted, nothing. He'd probably been gone by now. He'd be in jail, locked up, or just gone. Now, Harlem with it means they gonna strike when their time is right. They know who to strike against. That's getting Harlem with it. Harlem gonna snap when it's time to snap at the right moment in time when it's advantageous to them. That's the Harlem. That's the Harlem moment. That Harlem come out at the right time in the right moment. But in the world, you ain't gonna see that Harlem. Now, when they with some other Harlem dudes, then they gonna Harlem out. Yo, it's Harlem. Yeah, all right, Harlem's in the house. All right. Then all that Harlem finna come out. But when a stranger come in, be like, he's from Brentwood. Put that Harlem in. Yeah, what's up? They ain't gonna show that Harlem out. They put that Harlem out at the right time. Exactly, Mr. Eastside. If Puff was from the Bronx, that would have went another way. But if Puff was from the Bronx, he would have never been Puff. The fact Puff is from Harlem is why he's Puff. But Floyd is every bit of an alpha male. He's too dominant. There's no way he would put up with a JLo. This is a great shake. Floyd can't have a celebrity girlfriend. His girlfriends have to be submissive. Don't you get it? Floyd is the type of person that has to date a woman that's submissive. He ain't gonna deal with no woman talking back and having demands and getting, hey, shut up, sit down. I'm the one that's running the show. I'm doing this here. You gotta go. And if I had $1 billion, that's exactly the way I'm gonna do it. I ain't got $1 billion and that's how I do it. Floyd Mayweather don't beat no women. Get out of here. Oh, that's Nelly's problem now. Miss Jackson still trying to get some Floyd money. Miss Jackson has been trying to get into the first. That's the name Floyd Mayweather gave her. She's going to try to use that to brand herself. No, see, the thing is, they love to bring that up. And you know how they said, he's got so many cases and charges of domestic violence. Do you even know what domestic violence is? He explained it to them and they still lie and they never try to clarify it. Do you hear any reports of Floyd paying people to shut up, paying people to be quiet, paying this and paying that? Nope. You don't hear nothing about it. If you restrain a woman from trying to hit you, they can call that domestic violence. That's what they did. Do you realize Floyd was not charged with domestic violence? In the case, they had no case. So if she was beat up, the case that he went to jail for, let me get that explained to you so you would know right here. The case that he went to jail for, if it was domestic violence when she went down there, they would have came and got Floyd Mayweather right away. Do you realize that? They didn't do it. Do you realize there's no photographs of her beat up? There have been a lot of rich and powerful people who have beaten women that they photographs is all on the internet. She has no marks on her whatsoever, but it's domestic violence. They took her out on a stretcher just for them to show for an example for TMZ. Floyd Mayweather took her phone, which he paid for. He took the cell phone, so they call it a felony because it was over $300. Anything over $300 could be charged as a felony. So they brought Floyd Mayweather in for a felony arrest for taking a cell phone. If it was domestic violence, when they saw Rihanna's face, they came to get Chris Brown. Immediately. That's attempt murder. What happened to her? Rihanna was an attempt murder situation. But nobody mentions the fact that Floyd Mayweather has a gash in his head. If you ever see Floyd's head, when it's not really cut, he has a gash in his head in the back. You've probably seen it before. Floyd has a gash in his head. In the back of his head. He has a gash back there. It's a line. You probably haven't seen it until I now just pointed it out. But it's a gash in his head. Do you want to know how he got that gash? The same person that talked about domestic violence against him hit him upside the head with a toy truck of one of the sons. Grabbed a toy truck, hit him upside the head with it. Because he was going to the strip club. Floyd Mayweather has a gash in his head. Because she did that to him. Did he go call the cops and say, my girl hit me upside the head and bust my head wide open? Why would she get charged? Floyd didn't call the cops on her. He could have. So, the whole situation was she wanted some money. She wasn't happy with the money she was getting. Floyd Mayweather pays for her house. He pays for the guest house. And he's like, look, if I'm paying for all this, I'm not paying for you to do all this stuff. And you're not cleaning the house. My kids live here. The house is a mess. You out messing around with CJ Watson. I don't care who you mess with, but take care of your responsibilities at home. I don't give you money to have your friend live here and do all the stuff while you running around sleeping with everybody and running around with this NBA guy. If that's the case, go live with CJ. You know, go live with CJ. Go do all that stuff. Have him buy you a house and all that stuff. But I'm going to take care of my kids. I'm going to get custody. So he went to get custody of the kids. CJ Watson, NBA basketball player. Is there something going on with my Screen Fiend account? I don't think so. I know one of the videos got flagged. I got to go in there and fix that now. No, they have an understanding. Him and her has a great understanding now. But see, that's what I'm saying. This is what happened when you run to the cops. They wanted to get Floyd Mayweather anyway. Because the Vegas police feel like they can push him in a position to make him fight Manny Pacquiao. That's what the whole thing was about. They were harassing him for speeding tickets. The housing police is being discriminating against him. Don't want to let him on his property. And all that. He's like, man, you know who it is, man. Open the gate. You know, they were doing everything they could to harass Floyd Mayweather to the point where they could corner him to make him go through that situation. Bruh, didn't you see me in the Mayweather gym? You think I just somebody who walked in there? That I'm not around the information? We've been knowing Floyd Mayweather since 1995. 95, brother. No, we don't see him every day. That's family to us. So we know the situations. We know a lot more than that's being reported. We know what's being reported, and that's how you can tell when people are liars and people got an agenda against you, because they'll know the truth, but they'll omit it and tell you the truth that they want you to know. And they'll have the person tell them the exact truth, but they don't want to hear that. They'll continuously lie. Like Skip Bayless. He interviewed Terrell Owens, had him on the show. T.O. told him exactly what was going on. He said, no, that's not what happened. And you keep talking about, I dropped a lot of balls that year. He was like, I played with a broken hand. And a lot of people, you guys didn't know that, but the team knew that. And I did that for the team. And he was like, you were a distraction in the locker room. You talked about the quarterback. He's like, no, I was the only one that actually spoke up. He was like, the entire team felt that way, but I was the one to speak up. So the locker room wasn't mad at me. The Hugh Douglas fight, he was like, why would the fight take place with me and Hugh Douglas? I'm in there doing my rehabbing, what I'm supposed to be doing. He comes to where I'm at in the rehab section. And Hugh Douglas got dealt with, trying to put his hands physically on T.O. And T.O. is in there for rehab. He's like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm there for my rehab. He coming in there being somewhere he's not supposed to be. Venmo scams before, by the way. What in the world is a Venmo? Venmo. I don't even know what that is. Broner is too small to fight McGregor. Why would that's not even a possibility. They wanted him to come back and fight Victor Ortiz, but I told them before. All right, Mobile, Alabama. What's up? All our family is from Eufaula, which isn't that far from Mobile. I wouldn't rest on the fact of him fighting Nate Diaz either. I'm telling you, they might put him in there with Khabib, his first fight. His first fight might be against Khabib. That's why. That's what I'm saying. That's why you're not going to see the third fight. It's just financially not going to work out. Nate Diaz is not a $20 million fighter. So he can quit that. He can dream all he wants, but they're not going to give him $20 million. Matter of fact, what was his last fight? Against Conor McGregor, right? He ain't been back yet. What's up, Hip Hop Fade? I know. See, that's what people don't realize. When the main people get, like Dana White get upset with me and all these other people in the sport, the main guys get upset with you, is because you said something that's true. And they know it's true. If it's a lie, ain't nobody gonna care if you're lying on them. Nobody care if you're lying. They care if you're telling the truth. Jersey's in the house. When anybody answer their phone, we'll have the next Real Brothers. He's fighting Khabib or Tony Ferguson. And either one of those guys, I would take Tony Ferguson over Conor McGregor, and I definitely would take Khabib over Conor McGregor. I'll be taking all bets. All the money's down. I got Ferguson. Well, I'm glad you liked the interview I did with Floyd from 2011. I'm one of the very few people I know, and both sides of my family's from Eufaula. So tell me about it. My grandmother and grandfather met in Eufaula. He was from Georgetown, Georgia, which is right over the bridge from Eufaula. And they came over to Eufaula, and that's why it's so easy with family reunions. Because everybody from my grandma's side of the family know my grandfather's side of the family. Because they came from the same town. So everybody knew them. So it works out. If you go to a family reunion, most of the people know each other. Just like through history. They know each other. Yep, went there every summer of my life growing up. Every summer of my life. I spent the summer in one place. Eufaula, Alabama. And mostly everybody there, well, I've rarely met anybody from Union Springs, but everybody from Eufaula now, most of them went to Dothan. Barber County in the house. Y'all, what y'all know about them Eufaula Tigers? In baseball, they'll tear y'all up, boy. Nobody want to mess with them Eufaula Tigers. Oh, there's no division. And if you in Eufaula, you go with Alabama, you roll Tide. You ain't Auburn. Not in Eufaula. Everybody there is roll Tide. No Auburn. No Auburn. Nowhere. If you anywhere in that section, that's all right there. Oh, yeah. Now, Birmingham and around that area, they more Auburn. But once you start getting to Montgomery, it's roll tide. It's time to roll tide, baby. I gotta get that fight song, baby. Go teach the Bulldogs to behave and help the Yellow Jackets to a watery grave. And if a man is a deacon, that's a shame. Cause it's just like a chicken right keeps their fame. Man, that Alabama fight song is sick. Roll Tide. No, he's not done with Tank. Oscar De La Hoya want to try to get Tank from Floyd, and that ain't gonna happen, but no. I can't believe that cell service. You can't believe that cell service in Clayton? Yeah, that's funny. But no, man, that's what I said. I'm one of the few people to ever interview Floyd exclusively. But that wasn't belonging to a major network. You know, you had Don Hale from Detroit, from Grand Rapids Press. He interviews Floyd. And Ben Thompson, who owns Fight Hype. And myself. I can't think of anybody else ever getting an exclusive interview with Floyd Mayweather that didn't belong to any major network. Oh yeah, for a while, people up here never heard of Hardee's. They never heard of Piggly Wiggly. They never heard of IGA. They never heard of these things up here. Well, you can hear the interview. The interview is on my YouTube page. He gave me like a 30-minute interview. Back in what, 2011? This was right after the fight with Victor Ortiz. So he hadn't even fought Cotto yet. He hadn't even went to jail yet. I met up with him that weekend too. He came to Chicago and we met up that weekend. We took a picture together and everything. I don't know where that picture is to this date. I had just came off work and I was exhausted. And I went up to the nightclub and met him. We was at the strip club. And my camera, for some reason, my phone was dead. I didn't have a smartphone back then or whatever. My phone was old school. Dude, to edit that interview was crazy. See, people don't know that's where most of your time go, editing. Dude, you look at Ben at Fight Hype, all them people sending him video, and he got to sit there and edit all that stuff. That stuff would drive people crazy. Right, you know you in Wisconsin if you see a Woodman's. You see a Woodman's, you are in Chicago. I mean, in Wisconsin. That's it. Woodman's. Go to Woodman's. KOD, I got 600 videos on my YouTube page about how I feel about Isaiah Thomas going to Cleveland. Oh yeah, man, I slapped Mike Tyson in my dream. Oh, the Packers are done. I looked at the Packers this season. They gonna suck. They just lucky they playing some teams that can hold them down. They have no defense, really. If Russell Wilson won with Sierra, they'll be rolling. The Lions are going to be the Lions. The Lions will be in the thick. They might make the playoffs, but they're not going to win it. They're not good enough defensively or at the quarterback level. Their quarterback is going to make a mistake every game that's going to probably cost them. Jacksonville looked good this year defensively. And that's what shocked people. How good they looked defensively. They could say, oh, well, they didn't have a quarterback back there, and they got Deshaun Watson. He came in there, got him a touchdown. But here's the thing. They look good defensively, period. Meaning, like, they got a bunch of young guys in there, and Tom Coughlin is in the front office making decisions. And the reason why he's in there, because he knows personnel. And the New York Giants, since they let Coughlin go, they finally made the playoffs last year. But other than that, they look like crap. And Eli Manning has looked like crap. Eli Manning was somebody who was a basic quarterback. He wasn't outstanding when he was at Ole Miss. When he went to Ole Miss, he ended up... He did all right. But you got to know how to work with Eli. His confidence could be taken real quick. You got to have something in there to take the pressure off of him. How can I ever forget him? You'll never forget when somebody had bad breath and was in your face all day. Aurora, the white ghetto. That's what I know about it. That's the white ghetto there. The white dudes over there is tough. Don't try them over there in Aurora. That's the white hood there. Tyson would beat George Foreman. Yeah, my cousin went to college out there in Rockford. If you stay in Rockford, believe me, you can afford it. It ain't too much to do in Rockford, but you can afford it. If you $300 a month to get you a crib out there, at least a 1-bedroom apartment, $600 a month, you can get a 2-bedroom. You can get almost what I got, just for maybe about $700 a month. You can get all this for $700 a month. Out there in Rockford, you can get a house. Because they really have nothing out there. Rock City. I think Wednesday I'll do my prediction on the fight. Would Tyson beat Ali? Depends on which Ali he fought. Would he beat Cassius Clay? No. Would not have beaten Cassius Clay. Muhammad Ali and Ali and wasn't it Cus D'Amato think he has the style that would have got Mike Tyson in there. 88 Tyson, 1988 Tyson versus Cassius Clay. No. He would not have beaten Muhammad Ali. 88 Tyson had to get you out of there in 4 rounds. And then even 88 Tyson showed flaws. You see, the height would have been a difference, would have been a problem. Cassius would have tied him up. This is a guy that goes 15 rounds. Easy. Tyson would go 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, and knock people out. He wasn't accustomed to going 12. And back then, Cassius was sweet on the feet. Plus, what people didn't know is Ali hits hard. He's a big dude. He hits hard. Don't think he don't. Ali can crack. The fight that he lost to Joe Frazier, the only fight he lost to Frazier, which was the first loss in his career, he sent Frazier in the hospital. Frazier was in the hospital for weeks. He was close. His blood temperature pressure was high. They had to, and Ali said if he died, he was like, I'll retire. I'm not going to fight no more if he dies. He had the speed of a middleweight and was incredible on his feet. But pretty soon I'm going to tell y'all and show y'all, if you think Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather was something, I'm going to show you what they was doing back then. So I'm gonna, you know, tell y'all a little something about history. Hagler would have won. Too much pressure on McCallum. Once he'd have put that pressure on McCallum and banged his body out, Marvelous would have broke him down in the long run. Marvin Hagler is an attrition fighter. He's going to go 15 rounds. The Hearns-Hagler fight, to me, is not the greatest fight of all times. It only went 3 rounds. That's why I'm like, and only the first round was interesting. The second round, Hearns was not even in it because his hand was broke. So he was trying to keep Hagler at bay, but the fight was over really then. They should have stopped the fight in the corner in the end of the first round. That wouldn't have been a knockout. People would have been mad. But Thomas Hearns wanted to keep fighting. He was that kind of fighter. Floyd versus Ray Robinson, man, they're almost identical as far as, I had a video and it's on YouTube. And it's in the what they don't want you to know segment. And that's back when I used to do all this editing, spending hours to make one video. But if you go look at that segment, it's very well put together. I show Sugar Ray Robinson, what he was doing in his life. And I bring in Floyd Mayweather. Robinson, Floyd. They went through the exact same things. Sugar Ray Robinson was around. They never gave him his respect as a fighter. Oh, he didn't fight anybody. And he never wanted to fight no more. He was fighting to make a living. Then when he killed a man in the ring, it changed his life. You know, and he started doing charity events and all these things he was doing. He never got any love. Only when he lost the Jake LaMotta fight and he came back and won, did they give him credit. But Ray Robinson used to do those rope exercises and put on a show. Ray Robinson was just conflicted. Because we already know that wasn't his real name. But he was always conflicted. Now, what Ray Robinson was, he was a real woman abuser. He was the first one to have an entourage. He was the first one. He's like, I love that name. What you call him, entourage? That's what I'm going to have. And he did not like being alone. Like Floyd. Floyd does not like being alone. He likes to travel with a group of people. Floyd has been like that his entire life. He want people around him. He don't like to be by himself. And that was Sugar Ray Robinson. He didn't like to be alone. He got to have some people with him. Me, I'm different. I'm cut from a different cloth. I feel better when I'm just me. Yeah, my people made it out of Florida. Thanks for asking, Kev. I'm not a loner. I'm just somebody who don't mind being alone. Now, people, I just had people over today. So they hang out with me. They my neighbors. They come over sometimes, and we watch boxing or we watch anime movies and all that stuff. Today we was having an overload of anime. Oh, Hip Hop Fade, you should have been up there earlier today. You would have loved that. Tomorrow we might do anime. I don't know. Being alone is real good. I don't know what you talking about. Try being around people for a long time. Being alone is real good. I got friends. They just do what they do. Plus, some of my friends don't want to be on no tape. They don't want to be recorded doing nothing. They can't afford that. Nah, I didn't know they was making another Ninja Scroll. Because it's peace and quiet. I ain't got to worry about nobody fussing and arguing over stuff. And why is this here? What is this doing here? Pick your shirt up. I'll be like, I pick my shirt up when I feel like picking my shirt up. It's my shirt. It's my place. I pay the bills. Pick it up when I want to pick it up. But let me get up here, man. I'm finna make some more videos for y'all. So let me get up, get on my JLo. Oh yeah, I've done it. It's on my Screen Feint account. I'm out.